Hey guys, Rexter here, and welcome back to a brand new Poppy Playtime theory video. In today's video, we're going to be discussing Ollie and the possibilities of him actually being the prototype. And if that is true, what does that mean for Poppy? Has she been betraying us this entire time? We're also going to be going over a fan-made version of Chapter 4 that is going to blow your mind. And along with that, discussing the scenarios that could take place if this could all be true. So if that sounds good to you, grab your popcorn and a drink and let's go ahead and dive in. So for starters, we know that Ollie has been in the play care for a very long time. He knows the ins and outs of the entire building, the story of each character, and how they got there. Not to mention, always happens to be right there when things go wrong. But why hasn't Ollie been talking to us this entire time? Where was he in chapters 1 and 2? My belief is that Ollie only has a radio signal within the limits of the play care. Somehow, some way, wherever he is stationed can only reach certain places of the Poppy Playtime co-factory. And when sending out radio signals, which look like they're transpiring through this phone, he is only able to reach certain places within his signal. So I think we're a lot closer to Ollie than we could ever imagine. And this is somewhat similar to that of the Mimic in FNAF Security Breach Ruin. Though we're communicating through this device, he's a lot closer than we could have ever thought. But now the question is, why doesn't Ollie explain who he is, and why have we never seen him? Now, the first thought is that he could be a former orphan of the play care. We've seen plenty of pictures of children, not to mention there's enough bunk beds in here to let the whole world sleep on them. So that is of course a possibility. He definitely does sound like a child. However, in this video here on screen, I discuss how it is almost impossible for Ollie to still be a child. For instance, the Hour of Joy took place on August 8th, 1995. And we currently are sitting in 2005 in the current playthrough. And that can be proven when you hear the radio signal as we walk through the play care of Home Sweet Home. It says, "You come here and you kill and murder. You pillage and destroy. Your presence was demanded 10 years ago and you didn't show up. August 8th, 1995. You were supposed to be here. Why weren't you here? You missed the event. You missed the meeting. You missed the party. You have no right to be here." So if that's the case, then 10 years has separated the time between the Hour of Joy and when our protagonist has arrived back at the Playtime co-factory, which means a child would have aged 10 years. If there is a child, let's say even 6 years old, that would now make them 16. Now, according to Google, a boy's voice typically changes between the ages of 11 and 14, usually just after a major growth spurt. Some boys' voices might change gradually, whereas others might change quickly. However, no matter the case, a boy's voice would have changed by this point. So why does Ollie still sound like this? Especially when you look at the case of the smiling critters. Notice, in their cardboard cutouts, they all sound like children. However, when we do eventually stumble across Dog Day, he sounds like a grown man, meaning that even though these souls have been placed inside of these monsters, they still had the chance to grow up, mature, and their voices grow deeper. So wouldn't this also be the case for Ollie? That is, however, unless his voice is being modified. Which brings me to the tape that we find in Chapter 3. Notice, the doctor begins to speak to the prototype.
Log code 24459. In relation, experiment 1006. The prototype. Stubborn as he is, and always silent with each passing session, I'm still uncovering fresh data nonetheless. Today's discovery. End of log.
Ready to talk now, are you? I possess
a question.
Go ahead.
Do you feel anything?
This question referred to what exactly?
You stick us, beat us, tear at flesh. Do you feel it?
There's a secret inside you, 1006. Valuable beyond all measure. I cut and prod and burn at it. and I get closer with each session. So speak, or don't. Fight, or give in. Regardless, I learn something new about you every day. It excites me.
Thank you.
You thank me?
Absolutely.
I learn something new about you every day.
Notice the prototype begins to speak back, saying, "I possess a question," but his voice is compiled between a mixture of different voices that he's learned in his lifetime. But what's even more interesting is when he decides to talk for the second time. He says, "You stick us, beat us, and tear at our flesh." Now, there are two voices that are combined in this sentence, and one of them sounds a lot like Ollie. And whether you agree with that or not, one thing's for certain: this thing can mimic voices and change the way that he's perceived. And it's further proven when he literally mimics the doctor's voice exactly back to him. Very similar to the mimic again from FNAF Security Breach Ruin. This is the ultimate manipulation tactic, especially if you're never seen. So now that we've figured out that he could potentially be mimicking a young child's voice in order to get us to do his bidding, it leaves us with two options when it comes to Poppy. The first one is that Poppy knew a boy by the name of Ollie and is tricked just like we are, believing that this person speaking to us over the phone could actually be an Ollie that she once knew. And that's why she's so trustworthy of him and allowing us to get pushed in his direction with no malice towards us. And this could potentially be further proven at the end of chapter 3 when you can hear the hatred in her voice as she begins to speak about the hour of joy and how the prototype orchestrated the whole thing. And I will say I do lean more towards this theory. However, we do have to play devil's advocate here. What if Poppy is potentially working with the prototype? And this whole time, as we were supposed to escape right before she derailed our train into the playcare, she has another agenda on her hands. Potentially one that's even more horrifying than the prototypes, making her the ultimate villain in this whole scenario. I mean, after all, she was the first toy produced by the Playtime code, which would mean she really knows all. And Elliot Ludwig himself even deemed her a truly intelligent doll, possibly even a mastermind, which, if true, would change the entire story of Poppy Playtime. It means that the smiling critters could potentially have been fighting for nothing, Catnap worshipping an idol who didn't even have his best interests in place, not to mention Kissy Missy completely being deceived by Poppy herself, and our protagonist's journey all for nothing. But now that we've discussed this, let's watch this fan-made version of Poppy Playtime's Chapter 4. It's a really uniquely done short made by Shotley Poppy. And let me tell you, it is almost so good that I thought it was actual gameplay. So with that being said, let's go ahead and head over to that. So here you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Look how good Poppy looks in this. Wow, this is stunning. We look to be just falling down the elevator at this point and heading towards what we think is going to be the next stage for Chapter 4, the amusement park. So let's go ahead and see what Poppy has to say to us.
Before going down to the amusement park.
Oh, the amusement park, you guys see?
He is
Wow.
here somewhere and will help us safely get to
So
the innovation
we are
and
going to
through
see
to
Ollie
the
in this
amusement
video.
park.
Oh, he's calling now.
Here. Will you and Poppy be arriving at my back soon?
Wow,
I begin
they've
to
got
have
the
suspicions
voices
that the
perfectly.
prototype may be somewhere nearby. Hurry up. I'm bored.
Look at that.
And also,
Oh.
Ollie is so funny.
They did the voices
We're going
almost
this way.
exact.
Follow me.
AI is incredible. So, all right, it looks like we've taken a cart down. This is a similar cart to what we saw in Chapter 2. And it looks like we're heading
Ollie's in the
down
next room. Let's go
to, I don't know what this could possibly be, some type of engineer's room. And she said Ollie is nearby. Oh, wow, wow, wow. This is crazy.
I know what it is.
What is that? Ooh, a cutout of Poppy. Okay, let's see what it
Press
could.
this button.
There's a lot of
It's my
blood on the
voice.
floor. That's not good. Press the button. It's her voice. Let's see what it says.
Would you like to have tea with me?
Okay. No secrets yet.
Do you like my dress?
Okay.
I'm a really girl just like you.
I'm a real
I
girl.
think
Just
it's time for us
I
to
don't
go
think
to
we're a
Ollie.
female, but
Open this gate with the battery.
okay. Here we go. So there's a generator that's busted here, but look at this, guys. If we open up the gate with this battery, maybe we'll see Ollie, and we'll determine whether he is good or bad. Here we go. Here's the gate opening. Okay, is that... Wait, it says dead. Oh my god, it's the prototype! Wait, but that... No way. That cannot possibly be the prototype. Wow, these fan-made versions of the game are absolutely insane. But look at what we just witnessed. If you look at the video closely, when the gate does officially open, right behind it is what we thought was Ollie, but in fact, after all, was the prototype. I could definitely see this scenario being true. However, I don't think he's as horrifying as he should be. In this fan-made version, he looks too close to that of an actual boy. Actually, he's giving me Balloon Boy vibes, to be honest. And we know, based off the tributes, he doesn't look like this. Or at least, I didn't think so. What I kind of understood based off all the other tributes is that the prototype would look like a mix of different toy parts. But if you see here, all you see is the hand that's been grabbing the other toys. So what exactly would he be using the different body parts, like the ones that he grabbed from Mommy Longlegs and Catnap, unless he's just using their different attributes to further his doing. For example, the stretchiness of Mommy Longlegs, and you'll notice in the video, right before he grabs us, a red gas comes from behind him, possibly being taken from Catnap when he was killed. And again, notice who led us right to him, Poppy herself, which again would prove that she's been in on it the entire time, and makes things a lot more interesting. However, guys, this is where this theory ends. Obviously, it would be absolutely insane if Poppy and the prototype have been in this together from the beginning. And I will say, it's a lot of fun tying in these fan-made versions of Chapter 4. It gives us a visual illustration and an idea of where to take these theories. But guys, thank you again for all the love and support. Hopefully you've been enjoying this series on the channel. And if you do want to see some more, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and of course, comment down below some of your favorite theories. And while you're at it, check out this awesome video right here on the screen. Till next time though, peace out!